Okay, you can hear me, guys, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Fine, just 1 minute. There's some sound problem. Okay, my voice is clear, so I'll consider that. Let's go ahead. Okay, last time what we did was we decided to take an example on EDA, that is your exploratory data analysis, and we did the first step. First step was to import the data. Second and third step is cleaning and processing the data. So for cleaning and processing, the first thing which we did, we installed this package called tidyverse. Okay, so just 1 minute, guys. So as you know, there are some, there's some issue. My voice is clear? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So using the package here, tidyverse, actually previously there was in the older version, you will find that there are other versions like, we have a package called tidy R, something like this. Okay. This is the early version, which has this function called spread, gather, and so on. Okay. We'll see the spread function in detail today. Fine. So now what happens, there are many functions which I know you can say also included in tidyverse. Okay. So this is the latest. So if you install or you import this tidyverse package in your program, okay, we will be able to make use of all the other, you can say, functions which are also a part of this other package like tidy R or something like that. Okay. Neither we need to install the other packages which are required. So it's a combination of many things. Okay, so when you install it, you might get some warnings. Okay, so the purpose of telling you all this is to avoid to ignore those warnings and continue with using this tidyverse. Okay, now we want to do few things to clean up this data. Now we'll make sure that each row in the data set corresponds only to one country. That is what we are going to do. So we'll have one country with one row in it. So data of that particular country will be there in one record or one row. Okay, for this, we are going to make use of the spread function. Now, to just give you a view of what a spread function is going to do, I'll just take a help. I will go to help and they will use this spread function and I'll just explain you things. Okay. Secondly, we are going to make sure that only in the useful columns, we are not going to take all the columns, because last time I showed you all the columns and there were some columns which had some NA values, right? Okay, so we are going to ignore those values and we are going to take only few values like the first row definitely will be taking in. Then we are going to take the fourth and the seventh column, not the row, sorry, columns. So first, fourth and the seventh column are the ones which we are going to take. And we are going to work on that. Fine. So in a way, we are going to drop the NA values and we are going to do some subsetting, you can say. Then we are also going to rename the columns. We are going to rename all the columns, okay, and give some meaningful names to them. Okay, this is what we are going to do. Now for this, the first function which and of course, we will be using that infix operator. Last time I told you the infix operator, it looks like this. We have the person sign and we have this greater than sign and the person sign. This also, say similar to your pipe sign. If those who are from the IT background, it's like a pipe sign. What happens is, if I pass something here, let us say I pass a DF. Okay, so DF will be filtered. You can say it is getting passed, and whatever function I give here, if I want to say some I want to give some command, and for example, like if I have to give say spread function here itself. Okay, so this will be passing as a parameter to this spread function. Spelling is wrong. Spread function, like this. I'll show you the whole syntax here. Okay, so this is how it works like. Fine. So we are going to make a combination of because there are multiple things which we would like to do in one statement. So let me use this infix operator or the pipe operator. Okay, plus I'll be using the spread function. Now, to just give you an idea about what spread function is and how it works. Okay, let us take one simple example. So for that, now this is not a part of, so I'll create another file to give you the example of this spread function. Okay, let us say I have a data frame. So let me create one data frame for you. So df, let us say df1, okay, equal to say data dot frame into round brackets. Let us create some players. So I have one example player equal to, let us repeat some values here. Repeat, so that, it's just because I'm showing you one example. I'm creating one data set so that we are giving some names like this, A and B. We have player A and B. Okay. Now, after this, we are going to repeat this for each equal to 4. Let us give this 4, put a comma. Let us give the year. So I have one year equal to, again, I'll use the repeat to repeat the values. C into bracket, I'll repeat this values 1, comma 1, comma, let us say 2, comma 2. Okay, these are going to repeat. I'll repeat this twice. So let me give times equal to 2. Now there are different ways of doing it. So in the first case, what is going to happen for player A? There'll be 4 records that will be created. Okay, fine. For the year, what will happen for each of them? Like, let us say for first player A, so there'll be a year 1, because this is giving 2 times. So this 1 will come twice. Okay, that's how. So for A, you'll get 2 repetition. Okay, I'll show you what is happening. Just give a comma here. So I've repeated here. Now I'll give stat. Okay, stat equal to repeat. Okay, and in this, I'm going to repeat some values like points and assist. Okay, so let us say this is points. Okay, comma, assist. Fine, so it might be points scoring goals and assisting in goals. That is what they're trying to put here. We'll put a comma, and I want to repeat this, let's say, because this will be 4. So 4 times, let us say 4 times. So times equal to 4. Okay, give a comma. Okay, and I want the other column as your amount. Okay, there'll be some values here. Now here I'm not going to repeat anything, and I have some 8 values because there's a combination A and B 4 times each. So there'll be total 8 records for these 2 players. Okay, so I'll give some random numbers here. Say 14, 6, comma, let us say 18, comma 7, that's 4. Next 4 is say 22, comma 9, comma 30, comma some 4. Okay. Now this is how I am creating a data frame. Now let us look at this data frame. I'll print this one. Excuse me. Okay, here you can see. Now you can see this one, the first players, they're coming 4 times each, right? So you have A and B. Coming to the year, we have given 1, 1, comma 2, 2, and times 2. Okay, so this is one set, the first 4, 1, 1, 2, 2, then again 1, 1, 2, 2. Then we have this, stats, points and assists, which we are repeating 4 times. And that's why we are getting points, assist, this one set, second, third, and fourth. The last one, amount, we have not repeated anything. We are directly giving all the values. So we have got the 8 values, and these are getting placed here. Okay, let us say you have this data with you. And now using the spread function. Now, first of all, what is a spread function? Now, spread function, again, is a part of your tidyverse package. In fact, it is more related to your tidyr package. Okay, and it can be used to spread the key and value pair. Key and the value pair across the multiple columns. Okay, that means I want this points and assists to be a part of the columns, not a part of the data. Okay, so, and this amount will be my value. So if I put points here and assist here under the point for player A1, point 14 should come under here. Okay, that is what I want. So if I have to reshape my whole data set, okay, and I have to move my values and create them as a column, okay, the best function which we have is the spread function. Okay, so the function usually takes it like this. We have spread into bracket. There are two parameters which are important here. The first parameter is your data. Okay, now in this example, your data is coming from df. Okay, df is df1. df1 is my data set, data frame, from where my data is going to come. Okay, second is my key value. Okay, the key value, key is the column whose values will become the variable names. Okay, that is my second parameter. So if I give key, now here in this case, which is going to become, now stat is my column. Okay, stat is the column which I want to convert the data of that stat column into columns. Okay, that is meant, that is their assist and your points. This is the two values which I want to convert. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll write key equal to stat here. Okay, try to understand this, because when I use it in the main program, it will be more complicated. The third parameter is the, the value column. Okay, the column where the values will be filled under the new variables which are created. Okay, so that is coming from amount. Okay, the value is coming from amount. So I'll write value equal to amount. Okay, now when I run this one, let us run this. And here you can see now. So what is happening now? My 8 records were now converted into 4. Okay, and I am able to convert. You can see these two new columns now. Okay, we have these two new columns. Fine. And based on this player 1, so player A year 1, okay, and player A year 2. So it is getting grouped, you can say, right? Fine. Under 1, we have points. Under 1 also you have assist. So we have two values here directly. So this column, the amount column, has worked as the value, and a key and value pair has been created. Okay. Now, similar thing I want to do in my other example. So I'll come back to the example here. Okay. So let us look at this data frame. Now, the data frame which I'll be using, excuse me, the data frame which I'll be using is your df.raw. Okay, that is the one which I'll be using. So let me run that one. I'll show you the structure first. Okay, this is my structure. Okay, I don't want this columns here. I'll be ignoring this as well. Right? And you can see this values here, code, the series code. Okay, this again I'll be renaming it. I'm going to rename this. Fine. And using the spread function, the series code will be created as a column name. So whatever we have in the series code, like we saw df1, did we create let us see this one. Okay, I'll show you this whole data. Fine. So this will be one column, this will be the other column, third column, and so on. Okay, so I'm going to treat this as columns, and I'm going to rename these columns as well. I'm going to rename. I don't want this lo.pizza.mat and so on. Okay, so I'll be giving some meaningful names to these columns as well. So it's multiple things which I'm going to do in one statement. Let us go about doing it. Okay, and then I'll explain you how it is going to work. Okay, it is complicated, but please pay attention to this one. If you understand this, you'll understand the whole thing. Okay, so first thing I'll do is I'll create a new data frame. Without what, I'll create df. Okay, in this df, I want a new structure. I don't want some null columns. I don't want the rows with null values. Okay, I want to change I want to create new columns. Plus, I want to rename the columns. All this thing I'm going to do here. Okay, so the first function or the data frame which I have is data df.raw. Okay, now from this I want all the rows. So how many rows we have? We have 1161 rows. Okay. So let us give from 1 to, so I'll give square bracket 1:1161. Okay. So I'm going to, whatever treatment I'm going to do will be on the records from the first one till the last one. Fine. Now from this, I want only 3 columns. The first column, okay, this one, the name of the country. Then I want this series.code. And I want the last column where we have some numbers, numerical value. Okay, so for this, I'll give C into round bracket, the first column, the fourth one, and the 7th one. Okay, because the first one is the name of the country. The fourth one is the series.code. And the last one is for the year 2015. Some records, the data and numerical values are there. Okay, so we are selecting only relevant rows and columns. Fine. Now this whole thing will be passed to the spread function. So to pass it to the spread function, okay, I'll be using that infix operator like this. So I'll give this. So in a way, we are giving a pipe here. Okay, your pipe sign in other programming languages is like this. So you get a line with in between you get that dot. Okay, let me check on the keyboard. I'm not getting it here. Fine. So it is like this, shift. Let me do this one. Now this, in other programming language, you'll find that this is a pipe like this. Okay. In R, this will be your pipe. Okay. So this data will be passed on to some function which I'll be writing here. So I'll be writing the spread function. Okay. The first parameter, I have to give the data. Now data is already been passed. Okay. So this first parameter is taken care of. This is the data. So I'm not going to pass this now. Okay. Directly I start with key. So what is my key? Key is equal to your column called series dot. So this is the name, series dot code. This is one I want. So I'll give series, S is capital, series dot code, C is capital. Okay, that is my key. Now this, I want the values from a particular column. So what is the other one? So we have this column name. Let me copy this. Now the dot is also a part of the column value column name. So I'll give value equal to control V here. So that is what my parameter is. Okay. So I pass the key, the column which I want to convert its value as the column names. Okay. So all the there'll be new names which will be created. We'll see how many are there. I think around 8 or 9 names are there which will be required. We'll see that and then we'll move further. Okay. So let me run this one. One more thing I'll do is for this, I'll drop all the NA values. I'm going to drop all the NA values. So again, I'll pipe this out, pass it to the drop function. So I have this drop NA. This is my function. Okay, I'll just run this one. Let me check whether I'm getting the content which I want. Fine. So let us open this file. Now, if you look at this, we have only 68 observations and we have 10 variables. Now, what are these 10 variables? Let us see that. Okay, here we are. Okay, so we got the country name and these were the values in that particular column series.code. Now, they have been converted into your column names. Here you can see. Fine. And these values which are coming is coming from the last column, okay, which was for the year 2015. If you remember now, the name, I'll just show you that name again. Okay, the name of that column was this, X 2015. There were 2 dots, YR 2015 and a dot. This was the column. Okay, so I'm getting my data set like this. Now I'm not happy with this names here. Okay, I'm not happy with this names. Now this is your score for maths, might be some maths, female, male. We'll change it. This is FE stands for female, MA stands for male. Okay, let us change this now. I'll change the column names. Now for changing the column names, I have a function called rename. Okay, I have a function called rename. Now what I'll do is I'll use it here itself. So let me use this. I'll use the rename function here. So this will work like if I give you a spread, not spread, sorry, rename. I'll give rename into round brackets. Okay. Now I want the first name maths equal to. Now from here, I'm going to pick up the column name. So for that, let me first str into bracket df. Now this is not required in your case, just because I want the names from here so that I can delete this one. Okay, so we have maths. Let us give this first one, the first column. Control C, I'll put it here. Okay, so what I want here to do is I want to change this particular name, which is already there, as a new name, maths. Okay, let us give this, because this is for female, I'll give .f. Okay, female. Give a comma. The next one, let us give for male, so maths dot male equal to. So here we have female. I think let us, there's some problem here. This will be maths only. This will be female, because this is looking like, this one is FE means female. So this one will put it in female. So this is the new name I want to give, comma. Now let us put this F as capital. Okay. Then we have maths dot male equal to, now this value. Right? Put a comma, I'll just go to the next line. Then we have completed with maths. Then this REA is for reading. Okay, so we'll give reading equal to lo.pizza.rea. Okay, now this I have got it from the other, there's one more file which if you want you can download from Kaggle. It contains all the meaning of the metadata of this particular data structure as well. Okay, so reading dot, let me put a female F and I'll copy this one. Okay, so don't be confused why we are giving all this name. Reading dot male. So you get Control C, paste it here, the comma, one more. Now reading is over. The next one is SCI, that's science, SCIENCE, science equal to, now this one column, sorry, copy this, paste it here, put a column, science dot for females. Now the scores are from this one. Now, when I give all this name, that it becomes more meaningful, and you'll be able to, relate to all these names instead of lo.pizza and all that. I'll copy this and I'll paste it here. Okay, this completes my rename function. And after the rename, then I'll give the pipe again to remove the NA values. So here we go. Okay, and we have this NA value function here. Okay, this one. Okay, let me run this now. Okay, it's okay, executed. Now we'll go to this value here and open this up. Okay, here you can see now it has been renamed. So I've got maths, maths.f, maths.m, reading for females, for males, then science, females, males, and their scores. Okay, so we have able to get the required data. Okay, we are able to get the required data. So I'll close this. Any doubts in this? Any doubts? If you feel any point which you want me to explain again, you can ask me now. Let us give this view here. I already showed you the view. Okay, if you want, you can display it down here. Any doubts, guys? Fine, if there are no doubts, let's go ahead and do some visualization. Now, for doing some visualization on this data which I've got now, DF is the data frame which I'll be using throughout. Okay, DF will be the data frame which I'll be using. The first visualization, let us try to do this. We are going to rank, we are going to check the ranking of the math score country-wise. Now, for this, I'll be creating a chart here, a bar plot. Now, we have already seen how to do bar plots before, but this time, instead of using the other bar plot function, I'll be using another package called ggplot2. Okay, so for that, if you want to install it, you can install this package. Okay, by default, when you install some packages, ggplot gets installed with you. If it is not available, please see that you install the packages. So install packages into round bracket, you can give this ggplot2. Okay, now because I already have it installed, I'm going to just mark this as a comment. Okay, I'm going to include this library. So let us say library into round bracket ggplot2. Okay, I'll execute this. So it is getting included in my file. Okay, now to give create a plot. Now again, there's a big function here. So let us go to the help here and the ggplot function. I'll just show you what it is before we actually go ahead and write the code. Fine, here it is. You can see this description. Okay, it can be used to declare the input data frame for a graphic. Okay, so using the data frame, I'm going to create a graphic, and to specify the set of plots, aesthetic intended to be common throughout all the subsequent layers. Okay, so we are going to see all the parameters. We have this data mapping, then the environment. There are many other parameters. Okay, so we have so many parameters. I'll just show you how it looks like. There are some basic example they have given. Okay, so here's the example here. You can see this is the example they have given here. ggplot, here it is. Fine. So here you can see DF, then they have given the aesthetic, then they have given some points and so on, geom points, and they have gone ahead. Plus in this, you can see they have mentioned the color, which is the size that they want. Okay, all this we are going to do now. Okay, so please pay attention again. It's again a big function and it might take some time to code it. Fine. So let us start directly. I'll put the function ggplot. Okay, the first parameter would be data. So let me give data equal to df is the data frame which I'll be using here. AES into round brackets. I have to mention the x axis. On the x axis, I want the name of the country and also the score of the the maths score. Okay, now here we have this one more thing, the function called reorder. So we are going to order it because it's it will help me organize my data either in ascending, by default ascending order. Okay, so I'll do it in the ascending order. Name of the file is country dot, what is the name? Country dot name, I think so. Let me check it out. Country dot name. Okay, so we'll give this name here. Country dot name, N is capital. Okay, and I want the math score. So we have maths as the second column. Fine, I'll complete the round bracket, comma on the y-axis. So I'll give y equal to maths. I want y on the math score on the y-axis, round brackets. Let me add some, I'll give a plus sign to add the different colors, the titles and so on. So let us do that. Geom. Okay, geom bar. First, let's set the bars. Okay, now in this case, you can see this, they have given here, there are two types of bars. Okay, we have the bar color can be set and the height and everything can be mentioned here. So I'll be using this function. So geobar. Okay. I have come down. Okay. In this parameter, I'll be mentioning what I want. I want stat equal to. Now this is identity. Identity. Okay, I'll explain you this. Okay, and I want this ES aesthetic. I want to fill the maths score. So I'll give maths. Okay, this is for your bar. Plus next one which I'll be giving is let us give one more, the theme. Let us give theme here, THEME theme, and I want gray, so I'll give gray here. We have this one, theme gray. Plus now there are multiple themes available which you can apply to your plot. Okay, next is I want the score level. So let us give the gradients scale. Let us give the scale fill underscore fill. I'll use fill and gradient. Okay, now this one. And so it is going to create some color gradients for me. Let's have the name as name equal to. Now I can give you, because it's scores for math score level, maths scores or score levels. You can give this one. Let us put level. Then again, one more plus here. Fine. Next one, I'll be giving the labels. So I'll give labs. This is the function which we can use. Into round bracket, let us give the title. So title equal to ranking, because this ranking of countries by maths score. Now this looks enough. I give a comma. Okay, on the y-axis, I want y equal to, say, scores or scores. On the x label, I want, because we are going to give the country names, so I'll give countries. Okay, I think this is enough. Fine, one more plus, enter. Now I want a h line also, the y-intercept that will come through the mean. Okay, so we'll give one geom and h line, horizontal line. So I'll give h line. Okay, now this refers to it's a reference line. Okay, to plot either horizontal or vertical. You can do horizontal as vertical as well, or diagonal. Okay, this is especially useful for annotating your plots as well, understanding where my values are lying. So this for this I'll be using the mean value. Okay, so let us use this h line. Okay, and here we'll give y-intercept equal to the mean. I'll be using the mean function. So mean of the maths value. So it comes from df dollar maths. Okay, and I want to also ignore NA, but because NA values I've already dropped it, so I need not give NA.rm equal to that NA values. That is not required right now. So only maths is more than enough to get me the mean value. Okay. Then the size I have to mention for the line which is going to give come. So size I'll give it as say 1, and we have to mention the color of the line also. So color equal to, let us say blue. Okay, the blue color. So that's it. I think this much is enough. Let us run and check what I get. So I'll come here, run this. Something happening. You can see this big process happening here. Stop. Okay, here we are getting some scores here. Let me increase this. Okay. Now This is not looking good. Let me flip the coordinates. Let me flip the coordinates. So what I'll do is I'll after the theme here or here, I'll flip the coordinates as well. So for flipping the coordinates, you can give CO coordinate. This is the function flip. Okay, and you can give a plus sign. Now let me run this. Yeah. So here you can see this is my plot here. Okay, and these are the names, because the size is not fitting here, it's coming like this. And so this is the plot which is created. Okay, so we have got the names here, the name of the countries. These are the values, the max value, the scores, and these are my bar. Okay, this is my bar plot. And this line, the blue line which is coming is your mean. Okay, which we have drawn using the geom h underscore h line. Okay, and because we have used the mean value, you can see the y-intercept, we have taken mean as the max score. Okay, that's the reason why we are getting. So all the countries which are getting values above the mean are performing much better than the other ones. The ones which are down here below the mean, they need to work on it. Okay, that is what we can conclude from here. Right? If you want to store this plot in a file, you can do that. Last time I showed you how to do it. Okay, so that one line is more than enough, and div.off will help us save that into a file. Okay, now if you want, you can just increase the size and all and check it out. And this is your labels. You can see where we are getting match score levels, and we are getting all these values. Fine. Now here it is not looking very good, but if you increase this font and adjust it properly, it really looks good. Okay, now similarly we can also rank the science score and the reading score as well. Okay, and just to change, we have to just change the name accordingly. So what you can do is just copy this out. So there'll be 3 such type of functions. Okay, so I'll just copy this and just change the name of the column. So let me do that quickly. So we have this here, 1, 2. Okay, the name of the country, the field will change. So instead of maths, now here we get science. Let me do maths. We have math science, and which was the other one? Let's come here again, DF. Okay, reading. So second one, we'll keep it as reading. So this will be readings or reading. Okay. Reading. Where else we have here?